Hey guys, so we're ready for another day of riding. It's a little bit overcast today, and I checked the webcams for the mountain passes in central Switzerland. It's actually very cloudy up there, so it might get cold. I'm wearing my intermediate thick riding gear, and yeah, I will hop onto the motorway right now. I will have the camera mounted, so yeah, maybe let's talk then if the sound permits. So let's get started.
Okay, so now we're on our way. Let me tell you a little bit about the route that we will ride today. So I decided that I want to make short work of the lower regions of the Alps. So we will ride directly on the motorway to the town called Andermatt. And Andermatt is more or less a crossroad between a lot of mountain passes. In Andermatt I will ride a short stint, maybe 15 to 20k of off-road, just so that yeah, I still stay a little bit in practice. I will of course film that, but it's not the main point of today's ride. From there we will take it over the first mountain pass, the Furka Pass, which goes from central Switzerland basically down to Valais, which is the southern and one of the most mountainous cantons of Switzerland. There we ride a little bit and then back over the Grimsel Pass, which will bring us up to the canton of Bern. Over to the Bernese Oberland, where there is the Eiger and the Jungfrau and all that stuff. Although we won't see them today, we won't ride until Grindelwald. And then we will ride over the Grimsel Pass, and from there back towards Andermatt, jump back on the motorway, and then back home. So that's the plan for today. Roughly 400 kilometers of riding, 5 hours, although it can be a little bit longer. And yeah, so let's see. And I would say I'll jump now onto the motorway, and then we will talk later. Okay, so a few new developments. I'm not sure what is going on, but it started to rain, and based on the weather forecast it should be dry in basically all of Switzerland down until to the Italian border. So I'm not sure if this is just a small drizzle to do the low cloud cover, or if this is substantial rain that will hold on until the rest of the day. Obviously, if it would actually be raining, I would need to maybe re-evaluate my plans, because you don't want to go on these mountain passes when it's super wet, right? It's not so much that you can't necessarily ride them, but up there you can get in a thunderstorm quite quickly, and if you don't have proper rain gear and something that retains your body warmth, it could be, yeah, quite dangerous. Although now it already stopped again and the roads are dry, so I'll definitely keep you posted. As you can see, I'm still on the motorway. I hope the sound quality is somewhat bearable, just with the wind noise and everything. If not, I apologize. I'll do my best in post-production. And yeah, let's see where this takes us. Okay, so we're done with the motorway for now, and we arrived at Lake Lucerne, the Vierwaldstätter See. I don't know if you saw my first motovlog, likely you did if you're watching this one. And there I drove along this lake on the upper part and told you the story how actually Switzerland was founded. So, and this is the lower part, and it's actually a very beautiful area. But you can see the roads are still very wet. I also don't know what's going on up there in front. This is unfortunately this is also one of the big axes for driving to Italy from all the northern countries or Central European countries, for most notably Germany. So a lot of Germans drive through here when they want to go to Italy. And yeah, so there is often a little bit of traffic jam. I thought that holiday season might be over, the summer vacations, but it's just due to construction on the road there, so we will be fine. And yeah, this is the view. It's beautiful. Well, I will continue riding, and let's see where this takes us. Oh, this is very interesting. So these guys, it's not a construction site for the road here, but they're actually pumping concrete up onto the wall so that to avoid rockfall. As you can imagine, this is all quite dangerous for rockfall here, and a lot of cars coming through, so they have to secure it properly. Okay, but now let's turn the camera off and I'll see you a little bit later. We are almost there. As you can see, I'm driving up on another motorway. This is the connection via either the Gotthard Tunnel or the Gotthard Pass. That's what is at the end of this motorway. And yeah, I decided to continue. I just had a brief stop because I needed to get some gas, and we are on our way again. Now, I already saw on the nav that there is some traffic ahead, so we will ride as long as it is possible without too much interference from other cars, and afterwards we just veer off the motorway and go via the back roads, which is actually even nicer. But for now, let's take it here. As you can see, I now went off the motorway. I didn't film myself riding on the motorway, but I did a little bit of lane filtering. Of course not. In order to get to the next off-ramp. And now we are riding on the back roads, and it's actually quite nice. Now for us, taking these back roads is not an issue right now, because I want to go over the mountain passes anyway, right? But be careful if you're on the if you're here with the car and you want to go through the tunnel and you take the off-ramp, they might not let you back onto the motorway further down. So you can't basically circumvent the motorway with the back roads if you want to go through the Gotthard Tunnel towards Italy. So this is why a lot of cars have to stay on the motorway, and we have the traffic. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because back here you don't want to have the RVs and all that stuff clogging up the roads for the local residents. You can see those are fairly small roads. So yeah, good. I'll keep riding and talk to you later. As you can see, we are closing in on the cloud cover. I also have to say it's quite frosty, so I closed up my suit all the way. Of course I don't have the insulation with me because I didn't think that I will need it. But I also brought a second pair of gloves because I'm wearing my summer gloves, and I'm riding behind a fairly slow Dutch guy, so there is not too much wind yet, but we will see. I am fairly confident that we might even get into good weather when we break through the clouds, so let's see what happens there. But I also wanted to show you this road because it's one of the nicer ones. It's basically the first taste of mountain pass for people that don't go through the tunnel but go over the Gotthard towards Italy. Has also a lot of history. I mean, you can see now it's very well built out. It's very nice to ride, and so okay, then I'll just drag you along for the ride up there, and I will talk to you a little bit later. So normally there is quite a nice view up here, but as you can see, we're basically in the inside of a golf ball or tennis ball, whatever. It's there's definitely not a lot of view yet. Let me ride over to the off-road section, and let's see what we can do there, depending on the visibility. We have to think about if we really want to go up there, but let's see that a little bit later. Likely we will go. Oh, is that bright? I'm blind. Okay, so sorry for the on and off, but this here is the beginning of the off-road section. Of course, in the beginning we still have some pavement and stuff, but further back it will get into gravel, and then maybe off-road, but certainly not no road. In terms of this route, please, if you would happen to know where it is, don't ride it without the license. I applied for the permission to ride it, and I got that permission, so it's a yearly pass. It's really not a big thing. You can do that online, but the fee contributes to basically maintaining this area, and that's quite a nice thing. So yeah, but you can see it's also beautiful nature, right? So, and it's officially part of the Swiss Trans-Europe Trail, although it basically leads nowhere. You're driving down the valley and then back out of it. So it's really just for the fun of riding. And let's see. Overall, off-road in Switzerland is not really good. Too much places where you can't ride, and big fines and all that stuff. So yeah, but still very beautiful here. Now we're at the beginning of the off-road part. You can see the road is gravel now. You might hear a little bit of my podcast in the background when we ride that up here there, but yeah, I would say let's go. Oh nice, the sun is coming out. So in the beginning the ride is still fairly easy. It's gravel road. I know that likely Adam Riemann would ride this with 160k, but I mean, I try to stay below 50k. So 50 kilometers an hour, that's 35-40 miles. It's just because there is a lot of cows in here, and yeah, and also people. And to be honest, I'm just not a professional rider, so but it's fun, and I mean, I love it. So, oh, really nice. This is the part where it gets a little bit bumpier, but still not too bad. So every ride here is a training ride for me, right? And I try to not always take the easy line, but maybe also go through the gravel, because I mean, that's sometimes you can't avoid it, right? And yeah, I'm just trying to systematically build on my riding skills by practicing stuff like this. And yeah, not a lot of people here today. It seems like the farmers already went down to the valley. Oh no, there is a cow. Baby cow. Oh, it actually looks as if there were Highland cows here. Look at that. How cute. Oh, and she's outside of the fence. That's why you have to go slow here. Or not super fast. Currently my tires are a 30-70 mix, so 30% off-road, 70% on-road. It's the Karook, oh, marmot. Oh, little marmot. It's the Karook Street, which is yeah, still fairly street oriented, but I will actually try out the Dunlop Trail Max Raid on Wednesday. So it's Monday today, and I will get that onto my motorcycle on Wednesday. So, and I'm looking forward to trying that one out, and yeah, seeing how that works, right? Oh, it's nice. Huh. Somebody up there. There seems like they're evening the road. Yes, they are. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Salut. I hope I didn't scare him, at least not too much. Over there, I don't know if you can already see it, but there is a mountain hut. You can eat and drink something there, and the trail that we are riding goes right past it. So we are already in 2/3 of the way. But yeah, it's nice. Usually when I ride across here, there is a water crossing. Now you can see it's totally dry. We're at the end of the summer, so yeah, not that bad. And here we can sit down again. Now this climb here is fairly steep, so you have to charge it a little bit. I mean, fairly steep, it's not a hill race, right? But compared to ordinary roads, this is much steeper than you would generally encounter, to phrase it like that. So, yes. And we're almost there. I wonder if there are other motorcyclists here. I wouldn't think so, but since this is an official part of the Trans-Europe Trail, it's always possible to meet somebody. This is a beautiful part. Easy roads. It's just very nice here. Oh, what's going on here? So, as you can see, there is still stuff going on, and it looks like they're somehow milking the cows here. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, always a surprise in Switzerland on the countryside. Okay, so we made it. We are up here. This is usually not here. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. We are very late in the summer, and now they just start cutting the grass lower down and keep it for the winter, and they actually get the cows up here to eat. Yeah, I know, I'm also talking to the people, so funny little cow. Yeah, and that's a nice spot. I don't want to go much further because there is cow shit and everything, and it's only 50 meters, but behind there is a little river. Actually, in high summer I actually was in there to just cool down a little bit. So yeah, very nice place. Okay, so let's get back to it, jump on a motorcycle and ride back out, get back on the roads, and then in the mountains. Okay, so as you can see, I'm on my way back, still sitting. I will not take a video of all the way back because, to be honest, it's I mean, it's almost the same as riding up here, right? Just a little bit more careful because we're going downwards. So yeah, I'd say I will just ride this. If I see something that is really extraordinary, I will of course turn the camera on, and otherwise I will make sure to see you at the other end of this off-road section. At the clouds coming in, it's so nice. So we are actually above the clouds here, I think. That means that also the other mountain passes should be above the clouds. But I mean, that's beautiful, right? Look at that. Awesome. The flowers and oh man, I love this country. It's beautiful. We are now back at the well, it's still not a proper road, but it's a little bit more roady than not. And yeah, up there in front where the houses are is the end of this small patch of way, and from there on we will go back into street mode and just ride the mountain passes. The weather is so strange, right? I even thought about doing a different one which is slightly longer, but now it's closing in again, and I will just stick with the plan. So also because I explained the plan to you and you know what we're doing, so yeah, wonderful. Then I will exit this road there, make sure that I get back down into the city, on the street, and then yeah, give you a shout out when we are close to the next pass. Wonderful. So we're down and out of the city, and we have now a little bit, it's not actually a speedway, but it's an, I would almost say like an interstate, where we can ride a little bit faster through this mountain valley, and then we will ride over the passes and out of this valley, out of this canton. And yeah, I'm still thinking if I should really change my gloves. I still have the summer gloves on. It's a little bit, yeah, I'm not sure. The other ones could be quite sweaty if it gets warm, but right now it's fairly chilly. We have 13 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but fairly chilly for a summer day. Well, I'd say I'll just keep riding and then get back to you. So we're riding towards the beginning of the mountain pass now. As you can see, it's quite beautiful. I mean, it's always worth going out, right? I'm not sure if I would have ridden this pass if the weather would have stayed rainy, but as it is right now, it will be a very beautiful day. So maybe we will be in the clouds on top of the pass, but who cares? I can see some blue sky and the sun. It's beautiful. It's down the valley where we are coming from. I have to focus on the road a little bit, but it's really beautiful. And into the clouds. Okay, so we're almost at the top now, and as you can see, we don't see anything. We're amidst in the clouds, but that's not an issue. I really like being here. So maybe a few information, yeah, a little bit of information about the Furka. The pass is, as said, a connection from central Switzerland over to valleys, to the mountainous southern regions, but not necessarily down to Italy. The connection to Italy is the Gotthard, but still quite a few people use it. You can have an alternative and basically ride directly onto a train which goes through the mountain, under the mountains. You have to use that in winter especially. But if you have a respectively large car or RV, I would also recommend to go that way and don't drive this road. Now this area up here is quite a nice mountaineering and climbing area. I have done here quite a lot of stuff, and I always liked it. So a few traverses. Here are also towers that really rise up and you can climb them. It's then 6 to 8 pitches usually, so not enormous, but oh, blue sky. yeah, as said, quite nice place to climb and do stuff. What else? In winter this pass is obviously closed. I think you assumed that. And yeah, we don't see anything. This is now also the narrowest part. As you can see, if you really have two cars, you might get into an issue. Not a real issue, but there are always places where you can evade and go to the side and let other people passing places. But it's yeah, and especially you have to be a little bit careful riding your motorcycle, because here people love to cut corners. It's almost yeah, guaranteed that you will get somebody in your lane. So yeah, that's about it. Let me ride this way further, and then I'd say we'll see you on the other side, or if there is something especially awesome to show you. Look at that, we made it. We're even out of the clouds. Isn't that nice? The clouds are hanging down there. Oh man, that's cool. That's really cool. So I'm not sure if you can see the mountain pass over there, but we will also ride up on that side. Oh, it's really nice. Somehow I feel very chilled today. So not chilly, but very relaxed. I'm not into riding fast or something like that. I'm more of the, yeah, just enjoy. Ah, wonderful. I'm not sure if you ever saw this, but this hotel directly in a band is quite famous. Maybe I will get to show you a picture of it. So it's actually pretty worn down, but a lot of people like taking pictures of it. You can't sleep there anymore, something like that, but yeah, you might have seen it. Oh, it's very beautiful. We are almost down the other side of the mountain pass, and yeah, I really enjoy riding here. It's sunny now, almost a little bit warm, and yeah, it's just nice. Oh, I'm very glad that we pushed through the rain. Oh, and over there is the pass, the so-called Grimsel Pass, which goes into the canton of Bern. We are now in the canton of Wallis, so the mountainous southern Switzerland canton, and via this pass we will go over to the canton of Bern. That's the canton where a lot of famous Swiss mountains are, like the Eiger, Jungfrau Monk, stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see, can we pass him here? Yeah, we can. And gone. So, I mean, you could think if there is any point in really passing cars, since you will necessarily run into the next one, but it's yeah, it's just nicer view. So we're riding up the other pass now. Directly ahead of us you can see where we actually came down. It's the pass over there, and yeah, it's quite beautiful. And we might run into an RV up ahead there. Let's see. Is that the learner's rider? Yeah, it's a learner. Okay. Well, it's nice. So I took a swift break at the top. And I mean, the tops of those passes are always quite touristic, and you can see over there pictures get taken. I think the lady with the helmet is the learner's driver or rider. And yeah, straight over there is where we are coming from. That's the first pass we came down, and now we're continuing in this direction over there, down into the canton of Bern. I would say let's go. Oh, beautiful. Oh man, that's weird. It's really the sunshine and the clouds, blinding. And somehow it makes my lens fog up because there is so much water in the clouds. I don't know if it also does that to the camera. So I need some windshield wipers. No, it's wet. It's wet. I can't see shit. Okay, it's getting better. Okay, so there is no point in riding with you through the clouds, so let me turn off the cameras. Okay, so I have this guy riding in front of me, which makes me actually quite glad, and I'm so glad that I put on the other gloves, because now it's really freezing cold. Everything suddenly got wet. It was really like riding into a waterfall. My visor is constantly wet, and it's not wet like from raindrops. It's really like a very fine fog that makes everything wet. So but we will get out of this eventually. As said, I'm quite glad that I have this guy in front of me. Oh, and there is a car. I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely did not see it before I almost ran into it. So yeah, it's unpleasant, but still awesome. I mean, wasn't I talking about experiencing adventures and stuff? Well, there also has to be a little bit of discomfort with an adventure, right? So awesome. Good. Yeah, there is no view that I could show you, so I will just continue riding. But I mean, I don't want to say I'm soaking wet because my gear is holding up, but the outside of my gear is totally wet, like in a rainstorm. It's very impressive that This happened so quickly. So we are okay, we are out of the clouds, but we are now riding in a tunnel. I don't know if you can even hear something or see something properly, but yeah, there is already the exit. So yeah, as said, we are out of the clouds, and I was almost a little bit marveling if we should actually take the next mountain pass going back over the mountains, but I think I will still stick to the plan, because it's just yeah, it makes more sense. Otherwise you would have now a long ride, which is not very nice. I mean, it would be partially nice, but we would also hit the motorway at some point near a bigger city at rush hour, and yeah, I think it makes sense to, if there would be another 10 minutes of riding in the clouds, then so be it, right? We made it to the next mountain pass, the Susten Pass, which should bring us back, which will bring us back to the place where we actually left the motorway due to the traffic jam on our way down here. So we're doing a nice little circle, and yeah, it's one of the less driven passes in Switzerland, because it doesn't bring you anywhere where you couldn't go quicker via motorway or a different path, right? But it's still beautiful, and it's a quite known starting point for mountaineering. Okay, so we're almost getting back into the clouds. I can see that my visor is getting wet again, but everything works very well. Well, there is a radar, and I was having maybe a little bit too much on there, but should be fine. We're accessing the pass now. At some point it goes up fairly steeply, but for now it's more making a lot of way back towards the east. Okay, so we're midst in the clouds, and unfortunately we have a lot of traffic lights here. And he wants us to pass. Okay. So I mean, there is barely any visibility, so I'm trying to take this really careful. I'm trying to take this really careful, and yeah, no, you should not ride if there is a red light. Stupid mother. So whatever happens here, yes, so as I said, I can barely see something, so I'll have to take it a little bit easy, but it's still, I mean, it's nature, right? And I don't know, those days when it's rainy outside and you're in the mountains, they always remind me of days when I was out in the mountains with my grandfather, because we were going by any weather, right? There was no reason to not go hiking. Oh yeah, so I'm actually enjoying it a little bit. It's not nice that I don't see anything, especially if something would be oncoming, then yeah, but I mean, I hope nobody will overtake with this visibility, but yeah, we have to deal with that. we have to deal with that. So yeah, I'd say I'll make my way over the pass and then talk to you later. So I made it out of the clouds. It was not very nice to ride this part, to be honest, because partially I was really not seeing anything, but that's much better now. The road is still dry, but I am pretty wet, and it's not that far away anymore until we really are down from the pass. But it's I'm glad when I am. It's okay, but not the most pleasant ride. So yeah, let's see. I'm now back at the Lake Lucerne where we started. Basically, yeah, riding back the exact same way I came here. So not very well, not much to see there. Yeah, I'm back on my way to the motorway. I think I will take this opportunity to say goodbye. It was an awesome day. Thank you for joining me. Please leave us a like here, follow the channel if you didn't do that yet. This is my second motovlog. I know that there is quite some potential to improve stuff, but I'm already working on that one. And yeah, then last but not least, thank you very much for watching this. It's only half the fun if nobody watches videos that I upload, so thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you next time.